Good day, folks. How are we going? Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Well. What can I say? Well, it's a good day to you, and it's good day to Daniel Jose. Daniel, welcome, mate. Well, so, mate, you made it second. You made it second. I'm sorry. Joe is coming for a real quick visit. He says he's totally burned out, but I mean, he came in like at sparrow fart time, and I can tell you right now, he's made the 585 trillion fair style points, which today, unfortunately, the bad news for that is the ship's not sailing anymore. But hey, welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Welcome aboard, Daniel. Joe's saying g'day. G'day, Halfwit. How you going, buddy? Hey, mate, did you get your chainsaw fixed? Did you get the piston in, and did you get it all up and running? G'day. And Joe got the notification first. Yes, mate, you did. Yes, mate, you did. Claps for Joe from Halfwit. Mate, I was really interested to see whether or not you actually sorted it out. Got it working and got it sorted. All right, let's see. Who else is there? Okay, Joe, I'll find a use for them, even if so I have to cash them in for groceries. What'd you get, mate? What'd you get? You'll find a use for them. You're totally burned out. But then I don't understand. What are you going to make a use for? I know that Halfwit was fixing his chainsaw, so we'll see. G'day, Facebook user. How you going? Now I've got to figure out which Facebook user it is. Oh, seriously? Do I have to play this game? Okay, let me see. I think it's in the home set. If it's in the home set, I might be lucky enough to find out who it is. Let me see who's in the home set. Well, it is the Lady Bonnie. Welcome aboard, Bonnie. Nice to have you here twice in 1 week. I'm really excited. Really excited. There's Joe. And g'day, Sharon. How are you? How you doing? Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Joe Hupp. Well, it is good evening from us, and good morning to you. Just playing on those cruise points. Oh, you keep playing, mate. You might just get it. You might be lucky. I think it's Bonnie. Well, it is. Sharon, how you doing, Joe? And Joe is saying g'day to Sharon. Well, only good things happening now. I mean, what? We've got 4.5 sleeps till Christmas. Yeah, I did say that. 4.5 sleeps. And we've got 11 days, so 10.5 sleeps to New Year's Eve. And then we start the whole thing floating around the sun again for another 365 days. So there we go, folks. Well, we're looking forward to that, and hopefully everything should be just panning out great. Well, if it isn't Mr. Nick. Biday, Nick, how they hanging, mate? Biday, I find it strange, like I found out the other day, you have to pay an annual fee to have a frequent flyer membership with Qantas Airlines. What a money grab. Absolutely. But if you go and you get a frequent flyer program with the airline that you usually use, you can actually use those points down under. So it doesn't have to be a Qantas frequent flyer point. So there you go. Like for example, we've got Singapore Airlines, but when we flew over using Air New Zealand, they all added to our Singapore Airlines. Joe is saying, update on the Duck Creek fire. It is now classed as being controlled. Thank heavens for that, mate. That was pretty close. Better send out some Christmas cards. Yes, Bonnie, you had better, because Hanukkah's over. I'm joking. I'm just joking. Seriously. Oh, my goodness me. Joe, Sharon, I'm a bit burned out today. And Sharon is saying 31 degrees here in South Georgia. 31? Oh, that's F. Sorry. We're sitting on currently 18 degrees with 63% humidity, 18 being C. Well, Cookie, how you going, buddy? Nice to have you on board. Nice to see you. I hope everything is panning out really well for this Christmas break. That's coming up in exactly 4.5 sleeps. Nick is going, oh, I understand. I should see about signing up for the American Airlines since they are affiliated with Qantas and using that number on the Qantas flight. Mate, that's the way to do it, because then it all adds up to your local flights. So anytime you got air points, it all adds up. And I don't believe that on your side of the pond it'll cost you anything, but if you came to our side of the pond, it would. Joe, as long as it is a one-world affiliated airline, you can use your airline frequent flyer program with Qantas. There you go. Cookie saying g'day to Nick and Joe, and Joe saying g'day to Cookie. Mate, Cookie, how you feeling, mate? How's everything panning out? Are you getting better or what? Oh, by the way, this is the lovely Aussie crew behind me. We got Santa over there cooking up he's got a couple of shrimps on the barbie, and the koala's really shy because he's hiding behind the screen there. So anyway, there we go. Cookie's saying he's got to drive up Nick's way today. Got a CT scan at Rochester, MN, Minnesota. Is that right? At 1600 today. Bonnie is saying she has a Princess Rewards Visa card, but not enough points to book a cruise. Oh, that's a pain. It's a real pain. You got to go and spend up a storm there, Bonnie. Get everything happening, so that way you actually get to have your points. Anyway, folks, Merry Christmas with 4.5 days to Chrissy. Merry Christmas. What do we got here? Stream Elements. G'day, Stream Elements. Welcome to Hump Day with the Down Under Cruisers. Please support our channel so that we can support Helping Hands for Cruising. Joe, MN is Minnesota. Thank you, mate. Nick is saying yes, it stands for Minnesota, and so does Cookie. So everybody's telling me it's Minnesota. I want to know, when do you guys get a big soda? Is that when you go to Schmackdonald's? Bonnie, I also have a JetBlue credit card and a United and Delta credit cards too. I've booked airlines with the JetBlue card. That's all exciting. Joe's saying 2 more days till you finish work. Mate, that's great. That's awesome. Basically, we take the days off because we've just got a bucket load of computer work that needs to be done before the new year. So there we go. Yes, Bonnie. Hang on a second. I'll come back to you in a second. Nick, at our sculpture garden in Minneapolis, the iconic Minnesota sculpture is a big spoon with a cherry on top. Don't know where it came from, but it is pretty interesting. And yes, Minnesota. That's what Nick told me it was. He said it was Minnesota. So I'm going along with that. Now, by the way, Nick, when you come on down, you will get to see the big prawn, I think. When you're traveling down, you'll see the big pineapple, the big prawn, the big ram. Oh, you won't see the big ram because that's in Goulburn, and you're not going to be driving through Goulburn. But we've also got, we've got everything big here. The big island, the big. Well, there we go. We're the only continent I know that is an island. Joe, we'd love to fly. I'd love to fly WestJet. They have the funniest cabin crews. Man, I've actually seen some of the guys on. Who was it? When we had Compass Airlines, we had one guy. Remember? I don't know. Compass Airlines might be way before your time. They were there for 5 minutes, but they used to have a funny set of pilots. Bonnie's saying, I've seen the sculpture garden in the Minneapolis and the incredible Mall of America. Oh, yeah, you've also got the big balls up in down in Adelaide. They got the big balls. Joe's got the big Merino, yeah, that's the sheep. Nick, as long as the pineapple is not upside down... Nick, it depends on your perspective, mate. From where you are, the pineapple is upside down. But when you come down here, it'll be the right way up. I promise. The big banana, that's right. You've also got the big banana. And Bonnie is saying everything is bigger in Australia. Well, not everything. I'm still short. I'm still 5'7". There are some people that are way bigger than me. Joe is saying they have this guy named Michael. They do English and French. He does some comedic moves while they do the safety brief. Oh, yeah? That's cool. That's cool. Hey, Joe, have you ever flown Bonza Airlines? Have you ever had the opportunity? I believe they fly out from various places. I don't know whether they fly out of your area there. Nick is saying they pushed his Sydney to Dallas-Fort Worth back 10 minutes and they had to reissue him a ticket. Seems strange, still 6 months out from the flight. Mate, they just want to know you booked. They just want to know you booked. Joe, no, won't be able to as they don't fly out of Dubbo. Do you know where they fly? I know they fly out of the Gold Coast, but where else? They're all regional up your area, I believe. Don't see any of them flying into Melbourne. Well, at least not yet anyway. For those across the pond, Bonza is a new Australian airline. It's a regional airline. They use 747s. So there you go. I'll get to the cruises in a minute, but I just want to wish you all one more happy Christmas. Yes, it's the Old Baileys, folks. It's the Old Baileys. I was going to make myself a Kahlua and milk, but I didn't have enough milk. All right, let's look at what ships are in town. So, in the Port of Brisbane today... Oh, I had you right. Come on, what's going on? There we go. In the Port of Brisbane today, there was the Disney Wonder, and it left at 1700, 5 o'clock. Tomorrow, Brisbane are going to see the Quantum of the Seas, and then the Disney Wonder comes back on Friday. So I think Disney Wonder's doing a trip to nowhere, basically, in and out, just for a bit of fresh air, getting to know you, getting to sail with you. Okay, in Melbourne today we had the Grand Princess, and that left at 1700 as well. Tomorrow we have the Resilient Lady, and if I've got enough time, I'll sneak down there and take some lovely photos. It comes in at 6:30, I believe, and leaves at 1800. And then we've also got the Star Breeze coming into Melbourne tomorrow, so that's going to be exciting. And Friday we'll have Queen Elizabeth. So there we go. Those are the ships that are in Melbourne tomorrow. In Sydney, Port Authority, New South Wales. In Sydney, today was the Nordam. They were at the Overseas Passenger Terminal. And at White Bay was the Silver Muse. Tomorrow they're getting the Celebrity Edge. And then the Regatta as well. So Celebrity Edge will be at the Overseas Passenger Terminal. Regatta will be at White Bay. And also in Newcastle will be the Seven Seas Explorer. And then Celebrity comes back on Friday. So it's also doing a cruise to nowhere, just out and back for a night. So there we go. Maybe it's a bit of a shakedown cruise. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Joe is saying, got to see the first Qantas Link Airbus A220-300 on its ferry flight from Mirabel to Sydney. That's Nandi to Sydney. That's awesome. Nick is saying he found on Amazon a wallet passport cover. It has the United States emblem on it, raised and metal. pretty cool to have to show my American pride and protect the passport. Mate, you don't have to show us your American pride. You wear it on your sleeve. Joe is saying they don't use 747s, they use 737s. Yes, you're right. They do, and they are MAX 8s. You are quite correct, because the 737 is a touch smaller than the 747, and they don't make 747s currently, although there is talk of them bringing them back. Not the jumbo, just the straight 747. Nick, it of course has the eagle on it and the bald eagle, since it's our national bird. I can't believe years ago Ben Franklin tried to get the turkey to be the American national bird. Well, why wouldn't the turkey be the national bird? I mean, you guys eat it for... Well, first of all, you set one free, then you eat it for... No, wait a minute. What's Groundhog Day? Is that the badger? Anyway, or the squirrel. Anyway, you eat it for Thanksgiving, and then of course there's a couple of you that eat it for Christmas. So why wouldn't the turkey be the American national bird? I mean, the bald eagle. The bald eagle is just trying to copy me. The bald-headed eagle. It's just trying to copy me. I mean, I'm an eagle. Hang on, I need these things. I can't see. Oh, there we go. I still can't see. Anyway, there we go. Okay, folks, that was a joke. A bad one at it, I know. So, I've been watching a couple of the group cruise chatter that's going on, and I know that Amy's group cruise is coming up in 305 days, and she's got Roxanne, who, if you guys remember last week, Friday, I had both... no, it wasn't last week, it was the week before. We had both Amy and Roxanne on board, and they were telling us about their group cruise that's coming up. And then, so followed by that, we've got the cruise to end all cruises down under. It's going to be absolutely unbelievable. All right, I'll show it to you. Yep, certainly looking forward to that cruise. I mean, it's not that far away. 379 days, so it's going to be amazing. Okay, Nick says he only has 1 day off from work this month, but it is so worth it. Everything on his trip is paid for now. It's just working hard to make sure he brings some cash with him. You better bring some cash with you, mate. Australia would love your US dollars, I can tell you now. Besides, anything that you buy in Oz will be a bargain. Because, I mean, if you're going to pay it in Aussie dollars, it's still cheaper than US. The US is doing really well in terms of the dollar mark here down under. Nick is saying, I know it's not great for you guys, but I do like traveling to Canada and Australia compared to Europe, since the American dollar is both stronger than the Canadian and Australian dollar. You are correct. That's just what I was saying. So, yeah, you're going to have an absolute ball. I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to come in here. You're going to go ahead and you're going to purchase. You'll go to the first souvenir shop and you'll end up buying a boomerang. And then you'll try and throw it away and it won't leave you alone because it'll keep on coming back. Then you'll go in and you'll get a didgeridoo, and that'll give you a blast from the past. You'll get a hat possibly made with kangaroo skin, which would be awesome. So that would be hopping onto your head. And I think you'd have an absolute ball. You'll go down to Australia Zoo. You'll catch up with the crocs. No, you can't put those on your feet. But anyway, you'll catch up with the crocs. You'll have an amazing time there. You'll get to meet a koala or 2 or 3. You're really going to have a good time. And then you're going to do your true train trip. So that's going to be amazing. Mate, you're getting there. The first souvenir shop will be at Australia Zoo near Brizzy. Well done. Well done. You are becoming an Aussie, mate. All you got to do is get into the habit of going, mate this, mate that. And then, okay, so let me teach you a lesson here. Aussies, when they speak, Aussies essentially are lazy. They will slam a whole sentence into one word. G'day, how you going? Is one word. G'day, how you going? Right? Somebody might say to you, where are you going? You're going to say, I'm going to be going out on the Indian Pacific or the GAN, and that's going to take me 5 kilometres north of Wheeler-Barraback and 2 kilometres south of Tagatrukalong. So, you know, you're going to have an absolute ball. It's going to be a great time, and yeah, it's going to be fun. So there you go. What can I say? Now, I just need to type this because somebody tried to ring me up. And I'm just trying to tell them that we are live. On the Down Under Cruisers. There you go. If they pop in, they pop in. If they don't, that's their problem. What can I say? All right. So we've got some interesting shipping coming underway right now. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Especially with Resilient Lady, there's still the discussion, and a lot of cruise ships have been by some a lot of cruise ships have made some decisions about whether or not they will be porting in Melbourne, and that'll be a real shame because if they don't, hey, we will be the loser, not them. Okay, Nick is saying he's having a giggle. He's been told by some people the Aussie lingo is lazy, but it keeps the world interesting being different. Sure does, mate. And what I'll say to you is Aussie lingo is a bit different. Hang on a sec. Whoops. I can't do two things at once. I mean, I'm just a mere male, and all I can do is either type or I can talk, but I can't do both. How these females do it, I just don't get it. They sit at the computer, they look at the screen, they have a chat with each other. I mean, this is Ilana. You know, she's looking at the screen, the fingers are going, and she might make the odd mistake here or there, but most of the time she's got all the words correctly spelled and in the right place. But she's staring everywhere. She's having a chat on the phone. She's chewing the fat with somebody else. I don't know. It's real weird. Anyway, there it is. You know, people are people. They'll do strange things. Anyway, Nick, you're going to have an awesome time, my friend. It's this country is going to surprise you. It will certainly make you open your eyes when you have a look. You will not believe the size of the place. It's huge, mate. It's huge. All right, so the Ducks cruise is in 379 days. That's the 2nd of January 2025. On the 15th of June 2025, Bruce from Ocean to Ocean will be sailing away out of Seattle and headed up to Alaska. That, folks, for those that don't know, it's 542 days away. Okay, bit of a hint, bit of a heads up. if you are here, for those of you that are across the pond, if you pop into our channel and it is Friday evening at 10 p.m, we will hope to reel in Bruce and his lovely wife Cindy, and we're going to have a bit of a chat about that group cruise that they're going on. See if we can encourage some people to nominate a recipient, because right now we don't have a recipient for that cruise. But it'll be a great time for us to catch up with young Bruce and maybe even convince him to come onto our group cruise. I mean, you know, he's got his, so he can come on ours. And then if he makes it to ours, I'll be forced to go on his, which is not a good look. I don't like being forced. It's underhanded. Anyway, so hopefully we get Bruce on board. Actually, Bruce and Cindy will be chatting with us on board about their group cruise, so that'll be amazing. And then we're still waiting on the rock and roll group cruise. A couple of things that we're still tidying up on that group cruise. And one of them being the actual finalising the actual date. We're looking at roughly 700 and something days away, which will take us roughly to round about Thanksgiving time. That's sort of when that group cruise is being planned for. And it's going to be an absolute ball, because on that cruise there will be a couple of bands that are tributing major bands. So a couple of tribute bands that'll be absolutely awesome. One of the bands is going to play twice, so I believe they've got. We're trying to organise some exciting things with it, and these tribute bands will be tributing awesome big groups. So there we go. It will be fun. Nick is saying, when I do remember, I set my alarm to be able to check in on your live here. It's way too dang early here. It's almost 3:30 a.m. Come on, mate. You get up early so that you can go and do your deliveries. Here, all our posties, that's the guys that work for the Postal Service, all our posties have to be on the job by 5:30, quarter to 6 a.m. so that they can do their deliveries. But then when they're done, it's like 2:30 in the afternoon. They're home. So there you go. So that's what I reckon you'd be doing, unless you guys in the US work in different time zones, different time sets. I don't know. But that's basically what our Aussie posties are doing. Really early starts. Because what they've got to do is, as the mail comes in, they've got to sort it into their slots so that when they're ready to deliver, they just pick up the bags. They're already organised into their slots. They then just take those bags and then they can go and deliver them round the traps. Now, what we've got here is local posties use electrified bicycles and tricycles. They're all electric. They don't do the old. What they used to do when we first arrived, that was like over 45 years ago when we came into Australia. What they would do is the postie would ride on his bicycle, he'd get to your letterbox, he'd put the mail in, and then he'd blow his whistle to let you know the mail was there. And then on he'd go. So there you go, that's the way they did it. But times have changed. It's too much like hard work. A postie will very rarely leave his bag and go upstairs in a building to deliver. They always will leave it on the lowest level. I don't know. It's rather leave your mail on the floor to get nicked rather than lock up your bag or bicycle or whatever it is you're using and then bring it upstairs. I don't know. They do strange things here. But we get our mail eventually. And this time of the year is one of the busiest times of the year for any postie working anywhere around the world. Why? They have all that special stuff they've got to deliver. help Santa deliver all those lovely gifts for all the children. What is Santa bringing you? I know what he's brought me. Yup. 3 weeks of computer work, that's what he's brought me. But what's Santa brought you? Has he brought you any trips? Maybe we might even get a chance to go up to Dalesford, get a country drive here. Maybe, we'll see. Anyway, that's what our life consists of right now, is computer work. Which I've been doing partly today, well, all of today. Nowhere near finished. But we're getting there. We're getting there one step at a time. So, yeah, Christmas down under and New Year's down under. Here we go. It's time spent on the beach, time spent with mates, having a barbie, going in a pool for a dip, having a swim and a chat with your mates. You know, maybe even taking the bicycle out for a bit of a ride. Or even, you know, going with your dog around the corner, having a good old walk. It's all fun. Okay, Nick says Santa brought him tickets on the GAN and the Indian Pacific. He highly doubts many people go to Australia and ride those trains 4 times in one trip, each one in both directions. Now, Nick, you actually need to be corrected. Nobody, not even in Australia, does the GAN and the Indian Pacific in both directions. Look, there's a mate of ours, I taught karate to his kids. They've become very close friends of ours. And these people, they did the GAN up and back. Not the Indian Pacific. And most people do one way. So you'll either do the GAN going one way or you'll do Indian Pacific going one way. But never both ways. So there you go. You're a step above the rest, my friend. A step above the rest. You're special. What can I say? And it's particularly good that you're special. Hey, I want to try something. I've got... No, I can't do it here now. I'll get somebody else to do it. Actually, Nick, do me a favour. Can you please type an exclamation point and then ducks in lowercase? I just want to see whether or not... And please do that in the Down Under Cruises. I want to see whether that works. I've done something, and I hope it works. If it works, yay. If it doesn't, or even Joe, if you're around, you can do the same. It's the exclamation point and ducks all in lowercase. Nick is saying, soon I've got to go to the place here in the US to get my international driver's permit. Definitely want to be legal to do that, to get that rental car at Brizzy Airport. Yep. Yeah, it's a new thing now that Americans or anybody coming in here and renting a vehicle must have an international license. I much prefer to be driven internationally. I'm one of those snobs, especially when we get onto the wrong side of the road. I mean, onto the right side of the road, not the incorrect side of the road. That's better. When we get onto the incorrect side of the road, that becomes interesting. Anyway, it is what it is. Okay, let me see. Yeah, cool. All right. So we've got now. I'm actually quite liking Bruce and Cindy's group cruise going from Seattle to Alaska, because the key thing with going from Seattle to Alaska is they're going on the Norwegian Encore, I believe, and that's quite an exciting ship. So hopefully, there'll be lots of fun. They'll be enjoying themselves. Anybody who goes on their group cruise, most people who've been on the Norwegian Encore say that they like it and it's a great ship to go on. There's been a few that have come off Carnival of late and are saying that the ships are okay, the food's average unless you're paying for it. They're lots of fun. Holland America are doing other things as well, so we'll see what's happening in the cruise world. Nick is saying with Qantas Airlines, no longer will people be able to earn Qantas points taking the train in Australia. Yeah, that's right. Qantas they're getting some interesting discussions going on right now. So Nick is saying he got his American Airlines frequent flyer number. Thankfully, American does not charge for it. There you go. But he did look into the Journey Beyond the website. The Beyond website, it looks like 2025 they're ditching the affiliation with Qantas. Yep. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense because Qantas is not bringing them much business, so they'll do whatever they can to grow the business. Qantas would probably be costing them an extreme fortune and not actually delivering. So there we go. But as I say, Qantas currently have been having a few issues, and we'll see how they go. The current leadership has gone through a bit of a change. And there has been a bit of a drop in the number of people travelling Qantas. Anyway, I also saw somewhere that there's going to be a resurgence of the old 380s, the A380 aircraft. People are seeing the benefits of them, so we'll see. We'll see. Nick is saying, thank goodness he's travelling in 2024 so he can still get the flight miles with Americans since there are the USA Airlines since the USA Airlines are in the One World Alliance. Are they all in One World or are some of them in the Star Alliance? I know there's two. There's One World and Star. Some airlines are with the Star Alliance, some airlines are with One World. So it'd be interesting to see. I know that Air New Zealand is part of One World, and Qantas, of course, and United, or are they part of the Star? I can't remember. Anyway, we were able, because we were on a Air New Zealand flight, we were able to fly United within the U.S., so that was interesting. Half the fun. Nick is saying, no, it's confusing since their airline name is part of our country. Talking about American Airlines, the one that's based out of Dallas. Aha. Not all the US ones. Okay, so American Airlines are part of One World. I think United are part of the Star Alliance. Or is it the other way? I don't know. Anyway. What do I know? It's only hump day and you guys are starting your hump day with 4.5 sleeps to go to Christmas, and we're just starting our half asleep. So there we go. We're getting into fun times now. We're going to be spending Christmas Day with Ilana's brother and sister-in-law. We'll be having Christmas lunch there. We will then be spending New Year's Eve with my mum and dad and their friends and assisting in their barbecue, so it'll be all good fun. Nick is saying Delta Airlines is part of the Sky Team Alliance, but they don't have any affiliation in Australia anymore. They run his airport but don't have any real good connection beyond the flight. Delta Airlines flies into Australia. I believe they fly into both Sydney and Melbourne. And I believe that for a fact, I think. Nick's going LA to Sydney. Yep. Okay, so yeah, so that's, I mean, it's a bloody long flight, to be honest with you. Just the flight over the ocean, you're looking at about 14 hours. Just the flight. When we left, we did Melbourne to Auckland, which was 4 hours. Got off the plane, got back onto the plane, and then was in the air for 13. So, okay. Delta only does LAX to Sydney. Yeah, well, there you go. You're flying home on Delta, aren't you? Yeah. So the airlines that we're getting to Australia are Delta, United, and American. And I believe American and United fly into Melbourne, I believe. So they fly into Sydney and Melbourne. And then, of course, Qantas, Air New Zealand, Emirates, but with Emirates you've got to go via Timbuktu and back again. Nick, no, he's flying home on Qantas, Sydney to Dallas, spending some time with family down there before he flies with Delta from Dallas to Minnesota. So he's flying home with Delta when he's back in the US. Back in the USSA. Sorry, wrong song. That was Helter Skelter by the Beatles, and I can't sing it. Anyway, folks, I don't have much more to say other than I'm wishing you guys a fantastic Christmas. If you don't catch us on Friday evening across the pond, it will be an awesome session there with Bruce and Cindy. So just getting to know them and seeing what other info they've got and news and all that sort of stuff. So I don't have much more for tonight. So what I'm going to wish you guys is a very happy Christmas, a very safe one. Please don't do anything I wouldn't do. That means you can do whatever you like, short of going into the beach, and because we'll be going into the beach and having a swim and doing all those sort of things, barbecuing with mates, and not barbecuing mates, but barbecuing with mates, and having an absolute ball. So I want to wish you all an awesome time, and if we don't catch you before the new year, I hope we do. But if we don't catch you before the new year, please have a very safe, prosperous, healthy, happy new year, and stay out of hospital. Just enjoy, be good, stay safe, and take care. Folks, have an awesome night, awesome day, wherever you are, and we'll catch up with you next time. Have a good day.